Yeah, this would maybe work out better if I had all the accoutrement as one as $2 wordish as I am. Yeah, already swimmingly. Okay, so this is definitely what I'm going to call an official test on stuck time, but also known as respectively stuck in the break, because as we all know, for those of you that will be joining shortly, as I share this link everywhere, so bear with me as I'm doing everything in real time, including learning how to do this. Hey, there's that sexy voice. So bear with me as I share the respective link so we can get the maximum amount of participation. I have usually regulated all of these little diatribes and conversations to the small channel, but it's time to get good, get big. This is it. I'm gonna do the thing. So first and foremost, I suppose, before I share this, let me go ahead and right there is the link for anybody that ends up in the chat to jump on in. I have spoken with, at the very least, several people. I'm confident we're gonna get two individuals that I'm very, very proud of. What's up, the fight for patriotism? Welcome to the fray. By the way, it goes without saying, if you are willing to join in the conversation, you don't have to have a camera. All that's really necessary is there. I just pinned the link. Is your voice. The page that Stuck at Night, Stuck in the Middle, has officially under its name is Voice of the People. Because to us, any platform does not matter unless you have the people that are watching and engaging being the voice, essentially sharing what they think, what they feel, and we are just the conduit. Okay, we are merely the faces on the screen. We are nothing without the people behind us, and I'm very proud of everything that we have accomplished. And right now, it's this has been something I've always been wondering about trying out. And I have successfully attempted this panel channel style on a smaller channel that I have. That channel is not important for the juncture of this episode. This is Stuck in the Break. Josh is all the way in Gainesville around nothingness, and I believe he's got like zero internet connection. However, we may get a guest appearance from the one and only. In the meantime, though, as I set this up and share the links everywhere they need to be shared, I'm definitely going to be ranting about some pretty, pretty crazy shit. There's definitely one thing that I found. If there's ever anything I know I love ranting and talking about, it's fucking strange rich people shit. And yeah, the video that I happened upon is disturbing. Thankfully, it's not so much the visuals of the video, it's the whistleblower sharing all the details and his experience of being in hotel management, anywhere from the $99 value all the way up to dealing with high rollers in luxury hotels. And the stuff he has shared about what the really rich folk do and how disconnected they are from reality inspired me to do a whole bit. But trust me, I didn't come completely unprepared, even though I'm usually known as being more off the cuff and impulsive. I did take note of some things that I definitely want to talk about. Some of those things may include Nancy Pelosi's hypocrisy. And don't worry, though, it's going to be a wide range of things. I don't know if you guys have heard, I might show the image if I figure that out. Soon, let me post this on this page. And let me say, everybody join. You can join live from home now. There's this AI bot, the Discord AI bot. Okay, I don't know if you guys have seen anything or heard about it, but it went ahead and shared what it believes to be the literal last selfie from the human race, right? So I look at it And of course, it's disturbing. It's apocalyptic. It's post-apocalyptic. And this is why I love the fact that that link is there for anybody that wishes to join in the discourse. There is the element of people that very much look at any sort of information. I'd say that looks like the apocalypse. I mean, it does. It's very disturbing, but the very I'm trying to be sensitive, which is not my style. The super religious type, okay, or spiritual, whatever term you want to use. They see the image that was shared by the Discord bot AI, known as the last human selfie, and they see it as a biblical end, confirming, the Bible's end of days. I look at it and I simply see just an image of the last selfie that a human could possibly post during the earth finally saying, okay, it's been a ride, and y'all gotta get off and get out. Hold on, let me do this thing. Bear with me as I'm doing it for the first time live on the Stuck in the Middle channel, which is kind of a big deal to me. I only practice on my smaller one. So okay, one more. Join live now. The link is at the top, and I'm hoping that I know Forging Thought will join, but he's got to finish up with the family, and I will be looking at the chat soon. I'm just setting all this up. Join live now from home in the conversation. All right, once I am not all engaged with sharing the stream everywhere, I can finally just start engaging and talking and doing what I got to do. Okay. Hi, guys. Oh, it's kind of a relief. I feel like I'm kind of sinking on my own here, seeing you guys. It's been a rough day. I woke up, and the first thing that I had to do today, after getting ready for work and having a couple of bad days, I had to take my mother to the emergency room. That was frustrating, and then it became a little scary. She is okay, but we are waiting for more information. I'm glad that the decision was made to take her, so that what they found, which is fluid in her lungs, was found this early. It's fucking pharmaceuticals, man. I mean, apparently at her age, she is older. She was taking a medication that was building up her uric acid, which is something that I've experienced, and that can give you gout, and it's very painful, especially for a 77-year-old woman. Then this new medication that the doctor had put her on to maybe not have as many bad side effects as the original. She only took it for one day. She woke up this morning with heart palpitations and short of breath. She was pretty scared and alarmed. And hey, V, Independent Patriotism, Bert, looking forward to you joining, Mr. Bert. But that's okay. I can be on an island. The invite is extended. The stream is up and pinned. And if there's any issue, let me know. But and I will keep my head up. That is the most sane suggestion that one can make. It is during the most trying times that we truly have to not be just practical, but remaining positive is sometimes the only thing that you can do. Because if I went negative and I started being fatalistic or whatever the case, who's that going to serve? What good is it going to do for anybody? For myself, for my family? So I got her there, and then I had to rush back home, get to work. And then if I want to go more inside baseball, there are some issues at work, but yeah, blah, blah, blah. You know what? Let me get into one of the things that I have prepared for tonight. What's up, Steve? Bro, wait. Oh my God, Steve, I am so sorry. Welcome to, YouTube's good old-fashioned strike fest. What can I say? I wonder if that means you can't jump on. I assume that's the case, because stuck at night, stuck in the middle, two strikes lingering over our heads forever. And even my own small channel with 252 subs got a strike. And why is that? If I haven't made it clear, for reading a literal quote on the National Institute of Health.gov website. And although it's the opinion of that very well-informed scientist, the title, which I got to be careful about, it's the truth of the vid. And all I did was read a couple of his sentences out loud. And apparently, since I'm not a doctor, I'm not able to read public information, which will always, always be dystopian 1984 Orwellian to me. In what reality is reading literal government documents leading to censorship? And on that, I didn't intend to segue into this, but let me get comfortable. I learned, and I don't have a lot of information on this, so I am truly looking forward to anybody that has done their homework and is well informed on whatever's going on. Let me be the first to admit, okay, regarding Mr. Trump, I only know that the FBI raided his home, and only listening to my parents, who are not huge fans of Trump, okay? I love them forever, of course. That's very clear. They're my heroes. They're the reason I have survived this long. But I'd say, being very transparent about them, which I know they're not too, well, some people in my family aren't too comfortable with this. My father is none too pleased than to hear that Trump has any issues coming his way. He thinks he's a crook. He thinks that he's done everything wrong, and we have clashed when I have defended him, not because I voted for him and not because I worship him like an idol, like so many people do, but because I say, look, he's done this and this right, and he's not the demon or the devil that the media paints him to be. So, I overheard that apparently, and correct me if I'm wrong again, I'll be looking in the chat, Trump took documents, or did somebody in his team or administration do this? And is it true? I guess the abridged version is that there was some exclusive White House documents. And the way it was reported made it sound like he himself took these documents to his house, which was enough to secure a warrant. And that's why we had the FBI apparently raid Trump and go through his entire home. I did hear his tweet read aloud by the media. Oh, media, you miss him so much, don't you? We all know it. It's okay. I almost wish you'd just come out and say it. You just want to, as much as you guys want to see him burn, you just love having him accessible to you so you can utilize him for the headlines and the views that you guys desperately need this day and age, because everybody is flocking away. It's the great exit. I truly hope this is the great exodus from the mainstream, and everybody realizes what power we have on platforms like these and all of the alternatives to this specific one, which is becoming more and more challenging. Look no further than police activity being demonetized after 6 years. So yeah, if anybody happens to know some information more than what I've shared, I'd be fascinated to learn. So, and I see some people are already chiming in. And by the by, if I need to mention it again, feel free. That link, which I will repost, as it is pinned to the top. And I know there are some people that might not feel completely comfortable jumping in because, I don't know, this has got a larger reach than my little channel, but we champion our voices. What's up, Cindy, my dear? Cindy, V, everybody's here. Mr. Steve, Thirsty Camel, welcome. This is stuck in the break because Josh and I know we could not remain silent even though we're 5 hours apart. Okay, we're gonna keep doing what we do. So let me read this comment, and then I got all this here. So let me see some of the insight, because I definitely did not do my homework on this specific story. The story is that The story is that they want to know if he took the missing documents. They think they'll plant them, or Biden took them, or is okay. I don't know if I can read all that out loud. I mean, it's there. We're all thinking the same things. We speculate. That's what we do. Why is the link of mine all gray? Is it freaking expired or something? I'm gonna try that again. But truly, I mean, I'd be very fascinated to learn what evidence they have, and why would they? The media has made it sound like Trump himself literally took it with his own bare hands. I mean, sure, I'll go along with the possibility that he's not the brightest fellow. Okay, even though he did a better job running the country. Oh, it says error, try again when I try to put. Oh, okay, that's neat. Come on, YouTube, there we go. I'll pin this one now, you bastards. Replace pinned message. Yeah, jump on in. Come on, trust me. This is all about engaging. This is something I've always wanted to do. Something early on when Stuck in the Middle first started was I was always like, hey, Josh, I got somebody I want to bring onto the show. And then I'd come to the realization where he's like, this is kind of my home and we can't really let just anybody in here. Yeah, that took me a while to really get settled and understand. But yeah, I clicked the link. It looped me back in. V, you clicked. Please try again. Let me know what happens, or I'll even refresh the link. This will immediately invalidate your current. Yes, I want to generate a new one. Okay. Bear with me, and I'm very thankful, as always. I don't care if it sounds like I'm pandering. I'm thankful that you guys stick it out. You guys are the real champions. There, that's pinned. Blah, blah. Let me spam of the chat with another link. You don't have to use your camera. Just your voice can come through. And I will hear a notification if somebody does click that link, and that would be fantastic. So let me, I guess, while I'm waiting for the inevitable, because there are, you want to, oh, okay, want to see what happens. Thanks, V. That's okay. Don't mind. I'm going to open up one of the stories that is fucking disturbing because it just confirms a lot of things. Somebody's chimed in. Mr. The one and only? Could it be?
It was fine. Wherever you look, it was fine.
What is this? Who is
Can you
this?
see me?
Can I see you? No.
What? Wait.
Now, hey, there
Hey!
you are. Holy shit.
Oh, shit.
When did you, dude, you look like a emo? Or you look
What?
like... No, seriously, you look like, you're
Hang
in a
on.
gentrified state. Did you have your Frappuccino pumpkin spice today?
No, you caught me in the midst of, let's not talk about that right now.
Word.
Yeah. I was browsing the internet. That's what I was doing.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
How is your internet connection all the way out in wherever the Fucksville?
I don't know. How's it sound to you?
Actually, a lot better than when Bert first joined me. So
no shit.
Yeah, you're actually crisp.
We just got Cox. It's Cox Internet. That's the name of the internet. The internet up here. So everyone needs to get Cox up here.
Please tell me this is some elaborate. Okay, yeah.
It's COX, Cox Cable, Cox Internet.
You're dead serious.
Yeah, I am. I had to get Cox when I came to Gainesville. So
people are. Yeah. All right. They're loving.
Yeah, your boy right here. He's rocking Cox all day long, dude.
Representing.
Ain't stuck in the middle on that one. Tell you that much.
By the way, people are celebrating this reunion.
Hey.
Word. By the way, this reunion does not have to be exclusive, as I've already mentioned, I think 1,000 fucking times. I feel a bit discombobulated, but yeah.
Why do you feel discombobulated?
I don't know. I didn't know what to expect charting this territory. I was hoping that Bert would jump in, but I don't want to put pressure on Bert. I know Forging is about a half hour away from being able to join the fray. But aside from that, I know I can't share like videos and stuff like that, I can just do the rant and talk about the things that I've had. And the thing I was about to do was, what do you think when I say vice, Josh? Vice
When you
as in
say vice, it sounds
yeah.
like anybody with an addiction. Like my vice would right now be Cox. That would be one of my vices right now.
Cheers to Cox.
Yeah.
So
Was that water?
that's what it's meant to look like, at least.
Okay, just making sure. I didn't know if you were on or off the wagon. I don't know how that goes. I didn't know if you were next to a wagon.
Well, to be quite honest, after a day like today, it's the perfect excuse, which is what I've already worked out with the stress at the job and with my mom and all that. But I don't feel that it's necessary. We'll see how all this goes. But aside from that, yeah.
Do you want to see how messy the podcast room, the podcast studio, it is?
Oh fuck
Hang
yeah.
on. See, if I go here, I might lose you. So I'll try to do it real quick.
Okay. So this is what the future studio. This is what it looks like now.
Which you got to make. Oh my God, yeah, it's a fucking travesty.
I gotta admit, I saw the video that you shared. That house looks fucking cozy, bro.
Yeah, can I change the freaking angle on this? It doesn't let me, does it? Damn it. Here, let me go back here.
Cox Internet says, "Fuck you." Okay, wow, that's everything, huh? Dear God, that was once everything that made us a show. Now in boxes.
It's a goddamn mess, is what it is.
Well, yeah. Hey, you gotta start somewhere. It's humbling to see everything's just all. Oh, I fail this word every time. Compartmentalized? Yeah, no, I'm not even gonna try.
Compartmentalized.
Compartmentalized. So, okay, before I read some of this fuck shit that is just, nothing gets me seething like rich people being disconnected from reality. But how is the whole fucking trip there, and how are you settling, my brother?
It's an adjustment. It's going to be different. I'd like to rub in your face, kinda, that on one of the posts I made about the new setup, Brock, Mr. 34 episodes on Stuck in the Middle Stack at Night, was the first one, not my partner in crime, but Brock was the first one to say, "Hey, when you got it set up, I'll make a trip up there." I was like, "Oh, look at that." Isn't that something?
Hey. Okay, look, I've been a man of few words recently. I mean, you sent me a few messages and the interface, and I didn't respond. Eli had another. This is getting too fucking typical. Eli's got to take care of some shit. And I did make a move, and the transition has begun. No, don't worry, I'm not finally going over to the female side. I mean, something that I hope helps. But that I'm not going to get too deep on. But anyway, I guess hard segue time. Are you ready? Are you fucking ready, bro? Or I don't even know if you can hear me right now, but I'm going to keep on going. What's up, Bran? By the way, yeah, I don't think you can hear me, and you're muted apparently, or you're fucking with me because you fuck with me. Yep, nope, can't hear you. I'm just gonna go ahead and report. Yep. Okay, so I'm going to read what's in front of me, guys. Maybe I can play the audio, and if Josh is able to chime in, I didn't mute him, I'll hear his voice. So, hotel worker sees darker side of humanity as he exposes secret sex parties of the mega rich. Now, I'll be transparent about the source. It is, I think, Vice or Unilad, one of the two. But I did, the video that's provided within this link, which is a guy wearing a mask that obscures his identity and modulates his voice. Oh, I heard Josh, and I see him in the corner. That's me in the corner. Okay, that's all right, Josh. I'm going to read some stuff, guys, and maybe play the audio. But I think we all have a pretty good sense of whatever the elite, the 1%, or I heard it's 8% now, I don't know. we know the typical family names that are used whenever we think about these mega rich or whatever the case. Nothing makes me fucking sicker than learning about how they live their lives. And I don't mean that as job growers. I don't mean that really in any other sense except for their pure debauchery. So what this whistleblower who had to cover his identity completely just reported and provided evidence, and here's the whole article, and I'll have to, you know, abridge it because I can't. Hold on, I hear Josh is doing his best to stay on.
Am I back?
Yeah, you're back.
Hey, what the fuck, man?
That's all right,
God
man.
damn it.
Cocks are not always reliable.
Hey, sometimes, yeah, you got to take cocks for what it is. Sometimes, it's not the beautiful. It's not about how long you can stay on, but it's about how much cocks you get at once.
You're damn right.
Amen
And
to that.
sometimes, I don't know how. If I was gonna say sometimes they're growers and not showers, but that's too on the money. It's not like there's no.
Well, they're
question.
growing on me, all right. They're growing
Okay.
on me. Yeah.
All right. Okay. All right. So you want to talk about some dirty fucking rich people doing just disgusting shit?
I would love to.
All right. Well, let me do a test here. Tell me if you hear this audio. I'm gonna play it.
Okay.
Let me turn this up. Fuck off. Hold on. Up. Do you hear any of that?
I can hear,
Dude.
but it's low. No way to make it louder.
How about,
People, they wanted to purchase out the entire hotel, so they could just turn it into a giant orgy. The cost of that property was upwards of $250,000.
can you hear that better? Turn it up.
Yeah, I'm listening to it. If you could turn it up more, though, that'd be awesome. And maybe start it over again real quick. Sorry about that. And I'm gonna try to listen.
No, it's okay. Everybody in the chat is saying the same fucking thing. Let me try that again. This is the best I can do, by the way, with the limitations of the volume of my speakers and of the video. This is as good as it's going to get.
Better. You need to do better, dude. Hashtag do better.
God damn it, man. It's all over for me. Okay, so tell me if this could suffice. Otherwise, I could just talk about it. But here, listen.
I'm going to put the video up to my ear.
Wild experience that helps you understand how disconnected the wild we both are. I've seen the darker side of humanity: suicides, murders, spousal abuse, human trafficking.
Mic closer to the speaker.
One weekend, a large group of around 60-ish people, they wanted to purchase out the entire hotel, so they could just turn it into a giant orgy. The cost of that property was upwards of $250,000 for 2 nights at a time. That says you've got money to spend. They left a nightmare room. Blood, disease, Siemens fans. One of my bellboys came up and was like, "I've got a black light, I'm curious." He turned it on, and I remember we looked down and saw the fans, we looked to the sides and saw them on the wall. At one point in the bathroom, we looked up and saw them all on the ceiling, and we were just like, how did you do this? This is not human. Were you on the ceiling?
Let me confirm. Yeah, go ahead.
So this guy's just like, rich people do crazy rich people things, like have orgies and rent out hotels for $250,000 a night.
250,000 a night, and
isn't that a $250,000?
Yeah. I just wanted to be precise for some reason.
Well, you correct me like I was wrong, like as if I did bad.
No, because I thought you said $1 million, but anyway. So this dude actually also confirms human trafficking for the sake of their fucking parties, and that this happens just about every day in luxury hotels. And he does go on to explain, like, they have very, very well decorated themed rooms. Like, you got your mermaid room, like under the sea, and you got, your BDSM where you got like the fucking gimp and all that shit. And he goes on to explain how, if was the audio clear, because I can play more or I can just explain.
It's like maybe you're probably better off just explaining it because I definitely heard it, but then it got a little like muffled and loud. It's just yeah.
People are asking. I just don't have Restream figured out, guys. Not yet. I can absolutely. I'll provide the link right now for y'all. Please don't dip out though.
Who do we got in there? I can't see the chat. Little chat roundup real quick. Like,
right,
come on, hop in this beast.
Yeah, for
come
real.
on.
Like there is a link up there for everybody.
It's actually so Eli. Just so you know, the link you have pinned doesn't work. I scrolled down to the last stuck in the middle post of that link, and that's the link that worked.
Okay, so I'm gonna fucking refresh this link, and then I'm gonna talk about.
Well, if you refresh the link, then post that link, I think, and pin that link.
All right. Hey, Global. I hope you join. This is a perfect conversation for, well, you. Okay, I'm replacing pinned message. Now there's a new link. Pinned. By God. All right, so sweetheart Lori, you're so more than welcome, as you already know. Now I'm gonna talk about real quick what this guy described, which is totally grotesque. Housekeeping was explaining there's an issue with this shower head. Something's wrong. So he goes there to inspect it, and they see let me not get this wrong, a 4 foot anal probe that was hooked up to the shower. They soldered off the shower head and put this anal thing that's meant to
Jesus.
Inside the shower head, and it had all of these.
Picture it didn't happen.
Huh? Yeah, right.
Picture it didn't happen.
We got the
and what's the address to this place? I gotta go investigate just by myself, though.
Hold on. We're cooking with gas now. I'm so proud, Lori.
What's up, guys?
Yes,
Lori.
Josh.
Oh, thanks for coming in the clutch here. I am so relieved.
I just got done with my live stream, and I had talked with somebody yesterday, and they're like, you guys must be live last night. And I was like, oh, I hope I didn't miss it. And then I saw that you were live tonight.
May I ask?
What'd you guys?
Yes, exactly.
Do it, Eli.
No. What did you guys talk about?
We actually talked about deep fakes tonight and AI facial recognition, kind of the deep fakes as far as how they can manipulate on video and change out faces of people, and the implications that could be as far as, politically. I mean, what if our Cartman over there in North Korea, they put out a fake video showing him threatening the United States? What kind of ramifications would that have politically across the globe? So, yeah.
Josh, isn't that something during our last episode, weren't me, you, and the name we cannot say, CanCon, actually talking about something with Biden?
Yeah, there was that video of him when he was sick, and he was kind of reporting from his little home studio, his little home podcast studio there, where he sounded, nothing like Joe Biden. Like the man didn't blink but one time in his address, and then like at the very end of it, he all of a sudden got lively and animated. Like it was very weird.
And it was obvious. Remember, we all caught on immediately that there was this cut, a splice from low energy Biden to I'm so pepped up right now. Gee Willikers, where's Corn Pop?
Come on, man. Yeah, he was come on, man, and all day long.
Yeah.
So that was clever editing, which has never been in question. But this is probably the first time, aside from that famous Biden glitch that I totally went way too deep in on, where there's obviously fuckery afoot. And the implications, Lori, like this thing, I can fuck with all day long here.
What about kind of similar? Did you guys happen to see, speaking of AI and stuff, did you happen to see that Discord bot and the last selfie?
That's exactly the thumbnail I used for last night's show was the last selfie. It's, it's weird because when you look at all the depictions that this AI is coming up with, like whether it be the Dream app that they now have or whether it's the Discord app, they're just so dark and ominous.
Yeah.
When it comes to, at the very least, for an AI to try to generate what it would assume would be the last possible human selfie, I don't foresee any positivity. It's going to
No.
be something, at the brink
Horrific.
of
What's funny
extinction.
too is that there's gonna be somebody there taking a selfie. Like that's how narcissistic. Like in the AI program, it factored in countless millions of hours of unfiltered social media narcissism. It just every me. So let me. And what's even funnier too is like who's gonna see it? Like you're taking the last selfie, but for who? Guess what a selfie's for? It's for yourself. That's why it's called a
That
selfie. Look at like
meteor's going to be
hot take.
plummeting towards Earth, and they're going to have a selfie with it. Look at this. Yeah.
There's G7, H9, 10, 11 coming our way.
Right. Let's grab a last selfie with it. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Who are you going to send it to, and who's it for?
Yeah.
I think the algorithm was, being pretty on point by
It was on point with that one, yeah.
Looking at human behavior, and I can guarantee almost like, I don't know, 70% of the internet is made up of fucking selfies. But I don't think the image itself proves that somebody's gonna be like, oh my god, look, it's the apocalypse behind me, guys. Woo!
Yep.
Like, but also too, that AI is being a dick, right? Because like, like before why choose that moment? Like the person probably snapped a picture before, like you don't just snap one selfie, but it went through the camera roll and found that, they probably started snapping pictures right before the nuclear fallout happened, like a second or two before. And then, the third or fourth picture in that camera roll is the skeleton one. It's like, well, why'd you have to pick that one? You're just trying to be all doom and gloom, Mr. AI robot. You couldn't have shown like, the first one in that, burst of shots.
How do you puff
Fuck
peace?
that AI robot. That's what I'm saying. I want to fight right now. Fuck that AI robot, dude. I want to fight right now.
Damn, bro. Yo. Easy, sir.
Sorry.
Easy.
I'm sorry, dude. It's
But
the move.
I
I'm just.
I get it. And I can see
hate moving.
You look emo. I still maintain you look emo with those glasses and the hair. It's a whole new look for you. I think the people dig it. Have you been cutting yourself? That's okay.
I got cuts.
We don't promote self-harm here, but
I go down the street. I don't go. I go down the street. I don't go across the river.
Yep, I think
Josh, you can hear me better, right?
Yeah.
If I talk into the camera, you can hear me better.
Always. That's how things work here. Yes.
Cool.
Microphones serve no purpose.
That's good. That's good to hear.
Damn it, Josh! You just wigged me out, son. It has not been the same since you left. And I think anyway. So, I don't know. With the whole selfie thing, I was gonna ask you, like, in this, for the sake of humor, how do you puff peace? How do you make the last selfie look anything but diabolical?
You don't.
And fatalistic. There's no other.
Well, like you said, I mean, we could start at the beginning of the roll with, the kids in the playground playing on the swings and jumping around and having fun, or, we could, right. Yeah. When you get specific as they do, and you put in the parameters that you can on the Discord. Last night I played a video where the guy was actually showing us how to do it through the Discord. And, you put all these parameters on it and the things that it's pulling up. Yeah,
that's awesome. There's a Google AI that like you can draw, like you'll draw a picture, like you'll draw like, I don't know, you draw kind of anything and it'll pull up and or generate a picture that looks like what you drew. It generates an artificial image or with like thousands of other images to make your like little drawing come to life. It's the craziest thing.
Have you seen the Dream ones?
I think so. You have to refresh my memory.
Give me a second. Let me I will send it to Josh over on Facebook. Maybe I don't know. Can you
No,
play?
send it to Eli or well, like
Or
to
I'm
play
sorry,
tonight or
Eli.
just
No, I'll send
to
it to Eli. Give me a second. Let me find it
to
here.
play tonight or just for personal use.
If you want to play it tonight. I don't know. Can you guys play stuff on here?
I'll be very, very honest. The restream thing is brand new, semi-uncharted territory.
Gotcha.
But
Maybe
I
next
am.
time.
Oh,
I'll send it
absolutely.
over. I'll
Please
send
do.
a couple of them over to you.
Send it to me too, please.
Eli sent you that. Okay, give me a minute. Josh. Yeah, we're friends now, aren't
Yeah. Hell yeah.
There
What's
we
up?
go.
we? Whoop, whoop.
We're friends.
What's your last name?
What's my last name?
Yeah.
Borsic.
Borsic.
Oh, I gotcha.
Ballsack.
Okay. Gotcha. Okay.
Borsack.
I've never messaged you before, so
Oh, it's
okay,
official
I
now.
got you. Let me,
Some person is messaging me right now. I'm gonna hit deny. That's some weirdo right now. Some messaging me. Sorry about that. I got sidetracked.
it's probably me.
Oh shit. I'm sorry. Was that you? You're great.
Come on.
I'm sending you stuff to Facebook. Come on, send me stuff. Send me stuff. Deny.
Yeah.
Lori,
Gonna hit
I have to
deny.
let you know, I'm totally going to talk over Josh. I am jealous. I don't know how to process this, that you're now messaging both Josh
I
and
know.
myself.
I know.
I don't know how I feel about this. We
I
will
know.
have to have a discussion about boundaries for now.
Didn't
I'll
We'll
allow it.
talk.
Yeah.
Eli? Didn't you say somebody? Whose was it? Was it Lori here who like found like some type of biblical prophecy in the last selfie?
Yes. Yes. I mean, I'm not going to speak for her. Her and I jumped in on her message. Feel free to speak for yourself. I'm not going to speak for you.
I mean, basically everything that's happening right now, you can pull Bible prophecy out of everything that's happening, whether it be
Even
Ukraine.
selfies?
Shit.
Yeah. Well,
No shit.
Forging. Jump in, bro.
let me pull up my. I don't even remember what I said. You know, I post a lot, right?
Thou shalt take selfies. Yes, no, I know.
Hold on.
I'm just
You guys
being
know
a
I
dick.
post a lot.
Josh is
I don't
just joshing.
I don't have my
Just
sign to
joshing.
say "Don't be a dick" behind me. So
Oh, that's right. That's no holds barred.
Actually, no, I did not pull Bible prophecy out in that one. I think I pulled it out in the NASA, the Space Force one, didn't I?
Oh yeah, that's the one it was. Yeah, like
yeah. That
interesting that it was Donald Trump, huh? That his Space Force has this negative Bible prophecy towards it.
Well, not really Bible prophecy, but it's biblical. I mean, when you look
Symbolism.
at the symbolism. Yeah.
No, I think I recall, not to keep dragging it, but I think during our commenting back and forth for the final selfie, you did say that it kind of did represent some of the end of times cues that are in the Bible. But I understand looking at it from that perspective.
Right.
Yeah.
Armageddon type vibe.
Right. Armageddon type thing. You look at the biblical prophecy. We've got Russia, China, Iran, and Syria kind of, forming a little alliance there. That's the War of Ezekiel. That's the Gog and Magog. So, I mean, like, you can.
Oh my God.
I just want to Forging, do what you got to do. We will be here. And I'm going to, I don't know why, semi-hard segue away from that to the Pelosi lady. Now, this is something straight from you, Josh. And I think we can all... Oh, well, before I read it, Lori, do you know anything about the Trump raid?
Yes, I do.
Okay, what do you know that I don't? All I know is that they apparently went in and they secured a warrant because somebody in his administration or he himself took White House documents that were meant to not be taken home.
Right. It says, I wrote this earlier. It said, I put up, so apparently the search warrant executed at Trump's residence at Mar-a-Lago had nothing to do with January 6th. They went in looking for items he allegedly took when leaving the White House. National Archives is searching for possibly classified papers and items taken when he vacated.
No kidding. So So it
These
could
are
be
mine.
it
These
could
are
be like
mine.
a little deeper than what has been alleged. I mean, I'm not trying to get conspiratorial here or anything like that. I'm just curious, like, what is the consensus here? Is it that is anybody copping to the fact that somebody in the administration took documents that were not meant to be taken?
Well, you know what? Here's the thing. Every president that leaves office takes something they're not supposed to take. When the Clintons left the office, they took furniture, they took china, and did you know that they took all the W's off the typewriters?
So, what? Really?
They took all the W's because George Herbert Walker Bush was coming into office. Or no,
Right.
Oh
George,
my God!
George
I heard
W.
about that.
Bush,
George W.
whatever. One of the Bushes was coming into office, and they knew he needed the W
W.
for his signature.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Yeah.
Is that
Okay.
true? That's fucking hilarious if that's true. Like
Yes,
they were
it is
like,
very true.
that's such a Hillary Clinton move. Give me those
Isn't
fucking
it?
W's. Yeah.
Isn't it? And then there was another search warrant.
When she pulled the hot sauce out of her purse that day, a few little W's fell out from the fucking from the typewriters there. That bitch.
There was another search warrant executed tonight. Also, the FBI just executed a search warrant and seized Republic Representative Scott Perry of Pennsylvania's cell phone in search for information related to January 6th. And he...
So they're continuing with, trying to get him on this thing.
Yeah.
They broke a long-standing tradition of of a president never kind of going after a former president. Even when Trump got in and like the whole Hillary Clinton thing, like he didn't really go after her. He wasn't gonna set this precedent of going after legally.
I'm not a left. I'm not a right. I'm kind of like, I think they all suck. Left wing, right wing, they're all the same bird. They give the illusion of being separate when actually they're all just the same piece of garbage. But Donald Trump, he's had it rough from the beginning, because you had Obama and the Clintons. I mean, it's been proven that he actually pulled a Nixon on Trump. Remember Watergate? It's illegal to wiretap. And
right.
Oh, that's right.
For
I actually. Oh, I'm sorry. I see calls to read the chat, and I apologize. Let me catch up. Feel free to continue while I catch up. I must have missed something. Sorry about that, chat.
But through Watergate, I mean, Nixon was, he was impeached over Watergate, and yet it's been proven that, unfortunately, Obama and the Clintons pretty much wiretapped Trump for his first, year in office.
Yeah, I had heard. This has been verified as fact. So what kind of continues to drive me crazy is this is such a tired dance. Lack of accountability every single time. If they're in the club that we're not in, they can just get away with damn near anything. Going back to George Carlin's quote, it's a big club and you're not in it. And looking at Hunter Biden, this was probably the most bold thing I've done on my little small channel, where I said, I heard the GOP want to prosecute Hunter Biden. If they took that step, I would not even consider. I would go ahead and just become a Republican, because I just want to see anybody on either party be held accountable for really fucking up when they're in charge and being held to the highest standard. He's done far more than necessary to be indicted or prosecuted.
Yeah.
How is he free and still attending publicly anywhere? I don't understand it, and this is the kind of shit that makes me disenfranchised.
On that same level, on that same topic, why haven't we seen Ghislaine Maxwell's list? The list was supposed to be given to us. We've got Epstein's little black book. We've got Epstein's flight records to the island, and by the way, several people were there. Trump and him had a very close relationship for years. There's videos showing them partying for years. He was actually, Trump and Epstein were co-defendants in a sexual assault in New York State years ago. I have them somewhere on my computer. I have those documents, and I wonder why I get attacked all the time. And but look at. Let's hold people accountable for things. Let's hold Clinton. Let's hold Hillary Clinton. We got 60,000 emails and a server down because she didn't want things to be found out. We've got Podesta. Let's talk about the Podesta brothers. Let's talk about what's his wife's name, Human, whatever her name is. We're talking about these people have done such atrocious things, literally crimes against humanity, and they're going to go after somebody for a cell phone for January 6th. Doesn't make any sense to me. Make it make sense to me, guys.
I have a very notorious unpopular position on January 6th with my tribe. I know. It's just I don't think it's as salacious and terrible as
That's just your opinion.
Yeah, it's simply my opinion.
I think there was more people, there was more factions at work that day than we know. I think it was made to look worse than it was. I think it was there was agent provocateurs that were there for the sole purpose of
pure. We have to.
I said Ray Epps.
Oh yeah, that too.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah,
I think there were multiple things at play to help.
I would definitely say Ixnay on the erection A.
Yeah, we sadly
we're still restricted right now. We got one more go. Like they're
and then it's all gone.
Watching us a little more closely right now.
Yeah, so just being cautious. It's just
sorry, guys.
No, not
at all. The eggshells, though, this is always going to be very uncomfortable, knowing that I have to wash my P's and Q's. But what I find?
I'm well aware of it. I'm on my 7th channel.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, I actually one day I want to just talk about everything you've been through, but that's a whole episode.
I'm like a whack-a-mole.
He can't keep you down.
So the irony here with Pelosi, right, with everything that's happened to Trump, is that, let me see, Speaker Pelosi said the FBI raid of former President Donald Trump's Mar-a-Lago estate shows that no one in the United States is above the law. Meanwhile,
oh my God. What about your husband there?
United States that's a Republican.
Sorry, I didn't hear the entire sentence. Say that one more time.
I was going to say, nobody in the United States, if they're a Republican, they'll go after them if they got a speeding ticket.
Mm-hmm.
Right now,
how fast were you going, bub?
I'll be the first to admit it. Yeah, it does. The mainstream bias is there, and it took me some time of evolving on the show and convincing to simply acknowledge it's there. So I understand certain people that are in their bubble, and it's infuriating. But I understand it. It's just more comfortable to be in the bubble and think that everything you're being told is the truth. Because, well, if you were to actually look at whatever the real truth is, it's disturbing and it breaks the narrative you already have in your mind. But,
wow.
So Pelosi, her husband, okay, he is with the stocks, right? We know that he's done so many things with trading,
insider trading. It's mind-numbing how much like it seems obvious, and there's really what are you gonna do about it? You talk about it and you're oh yeah, nah. Even when you bring it up to her, she's no, it's fine, and she just walks away. She's gonna retire soon, nothing's gonna happen to her. It's time
that she'd want to retire now. I mean, what is keeping her? What's keeping
power, Lori? Power's keeping her. The idea, this whatever idea that she has control over the future of, just like why didn't Ruth Bader Ginsburg retire well before she should have, to allow somebody else to step up? Because like it was and then at some point too, you got to give them credit. Like, you've been doing something your whole life. You kind of like doing it. You know what I mean? So there's that too.
Yeah, you're right.
I want to give you some cred there, Lori. I see in the chat, you shared, your data, and yes, indeed, Lori is global news. Not everybody
Watch
wants
that
to
shit.
hear. Not everybody wants to hear that Trump and Epstein were tight. We know
nobody wants to hear that. But you know what? Here's the thing about that is Trump and Epstein have been friends for years, and when Trump was going to be possibly going for office, I believe his publicist said to him, look, you need to separate yourself from Epstein. And he did. And they went through that whole big spiel at Mar-a-Lago. The thing of it is, Virginia, I can't remember Virginia's last name. She's the one that brought charges against Epstein. She worked at Mar-a-Lago. That's where she worked. Her father was the spa manager. And that's where Ghislaine Maxwell met Virginia and pulled her in and introduced her to Epstein. There's several videos of Epstein and Trump partying over the years.
Yeah.
There's pictures of Ghislaine Maxwell. There's pictures, just recent pictures of him and Melania and Epstein and Ghislaine. So, he may have separated himself, but he didn't separate himself before the shenanigans were going on at the island. Let's just put it that way.
The popular story that I'd always been told, and pretty much got to the point where I was just like, yeah, I believe it, because it's all I was told for a long time, is that Trump got to this point when Epstein was staying at the hotel, and when it got too, quote unquote, too hot, he was made to look like a hero by kicking him to the curb.
Kicking him out. Yeah, it's like kicking him out.
So I don't think I'll ever know the validity and the facts. I don't think most of us will regarding that. But people need to continue with the theme: hold everybody accountable. That's how the people will ever be acknowledged as having any power, even though it feels like a fleeting illusion, because we're just so disconnected from.
And when you look at it, Trump is in that club that we're not in. He is a billionaire. You do not get to that high status with the bankers of this world. Here in Chicago, when Trump was building Trump Tower here in Chicago, he kind of went into some financial hardships. Guess who bailed him out?
No kidding.
George Soros.
What?
George Soros bailed him out. Absolutely.
Fuck off.
So you got to ask. Okay, look it. You can say that he's innocent. That's fine, but you don't get to where he is by not playing the game.
See, this is, I think, Lori, this is why you and I continue to get along despite our differences, is because we will call out every and all side, regardless of, and frankly, Josh, you and I are cool too.
But, maybe, I don't know.
But,
but you and Lori find the unifiers, Eli.
Yeah, this is what it's all about.
We agree to disagree on so many things, and it's crazy.
A lot of things.
And it doesn't seem to even seem to phase us.
Yeah, because
which is how it should be.
It's important to retain that civility if we are ever going to pretend that we, the people, have the power. We have to understand the things that are supposed to divide and faction us are not enough to stop us from keeping the powers that be accountable and speaking truth to power. And I'm tired of being disenfranchised and feeling like nothing we do matters. And I hope that starts to break. My own prophecy that I hope comes to fruition is that I do get to see the mass exodus from the media and them actually have to respond in some shape or form. Better than what we've seen that we've played on Stuck in the Middle, which is the woman saying the people aren't listening to us and having a mental breakdown, and people like dumbass shill Don Lemon saying, you guys have to listen to what we say, and that's when it's news. I just hope to see it.
Liberty Lion says show the evidence. Okay, Donald Trump has lined up 3 New York hedge funds, including money from billionaire George Soros, to invest $160 million in his Chicago skyscraper, a key piece and perhaps the largest construction financing in the city's history, according to real estate sources and public documents. Would you like me to send you the link?
Can you show it? Oh no, yeah.
No.
Yeah, maybe Lori can show it. You can show it, Lori. Come on, you got this.
No, she can't. But feel free, if any link that you have, I'll do my due diligence and I will break it down in any shape or form on any platform, because I just want all information available.
Well, this is right from the Chicago Tribune. I mean, this was big news here when he was building Trump Tower. Literally big news. Especially with this was back in 2004. This was before people started calling out George Soros as well. So they were pretty well safe back then.
So it's confirmed Soros bailed Trump out or helped him?
He financed him. He gave him $160 billion he invested in Trump Tower here in Chicago. Yes. And then he ran into a little bit of trouble down the road, and George gave him a little bit more money.
This is, to me, new information, and I'm gonna chew it up like there's no tomorrow, because we just have no matter how much you find somebody appealing because they represent your side, you have to keep on moving forward. The truth is the truth, regardless of what blinders we put on. Now, I'm not saying anything about it being 100%. I haven't done my homework, but right now I'm hearing it's a fact. And with that being a fact, you have to let that sink in.
I got to tell you some truth that I don't want to change the subject, but we can go right back to it. But speaking of truths, like I just got done watching The Gay Man with Ryan Gosling. He plays like that gay dude. And I had no idea they were that action-packed. So I just wanted to, that's my truth. It's on Netflix. It's called The Gay Man.
Oh,
it's
the thing that you were telling us was called The Gary Man. That's what you kept calling it on Stuck in the Middle.
It's not The Gay Man?
No, you're calling it The Gay Man now, but when you first brought it up, you kept saying The Gary Man, which is even better. If you don't remember, that's still there.
I was trying to give the gays a compliment by saying they were action-packed, but then be surprised, like, oh, it's The Gray Man. Ah, never mind. They're still boring.
Yeah,
but
you could still
joke fell flat.
Yeah,
that's fine.
Yes,
it happens.
But
that
movie was actually
Yeah, it was boring.
Yeah,
I was over it.
I find it interesting.
No dicks were sucked. I thought there'd be that in The Gay Man, but no dicks were sucked. So
you and your cocks. All right, I find it a little intriguing right now that some of the flack that Lori is getting. What I'm seeing is people saying Lori is just doing like unabashed hatred for Trump.
No hatred whatsoever. Guys, I voted for Trump.
That's what I want to point out.
I voted for Trump, but I'm not going to sit here and I'm not going to piss on your leg and tell you it's raining either.
Yeah,
I like that. I like that a lot.
Clarify. She has been a Trump fan for the duration, but the information that's out there, she is merely sharing.
I can't deny it. I'm not going to put it underneath the rug and not bring it out to people because, look, powers that be are working both sides of the coin. You can't sit there and think that at this junction of the time that we're in, you can't believe.
Hold on. We're going to establish something. Okay. I don't know who that was.
They're trying to get us kicked down by playing copyrighted shit.
I don't know. The next time I'll just knock them right out, which is very easy to do. So bear that in mind. And I hope it's not because somebody gets their feelings hurt from hearing facts. There's nothing more sad than somebody disagreeing with what they hear and trying to get somebody canceled or removed.
Yes. You have to understand one thing, though, when you talk about this, is that politicians are not elected. They are selected. They already know who's going to who's going to be put in office. They already know these things prior to it. You know, what happened in 2016 and again in 2020 was just, it was just smoke and mirrors to cause division, to cause events like January 6th.
To me, what I had thought for some time is Trump winning was something that was finally not coronated and planned for, because he shook up the establishment on his end.
Yeah.
But I've always thought for quite some time, especially these days, that it's always been as you described. It is a coronation. It is a selection, a pre-selection, and it's just the theater that gets played out before us.
Unspecified V. I will talk about the potato in chief all day long if you want to.
He is a potato. He's such a potato.
Yeah. My son,
potato brains.
My son is a Democrat, and he lives up in the Pacific Northwest, up in the Seattle, Portland area, up in there. So he's definitely hardcore left. And when it came time in 2020 to vote, he said that he would have voted. He says, I don't care who runs against Trump. I'm going to vote for him. He said, I don't care if potato runs against Trump. Congratulations, my son. We now have potato in charge.
Yeah. Meat, son, meat, potato. Potato,
son,
meat, son.
Potato, meat, son. Exactly.
Yeah.
That is one of the most fascinating tidbits I have learned about you recently. You have like a liberal son, like far left.
I have a gay liberal 38-year-old son who lives in the Pacific Northwest with his husband and his beagle named Daphne.
Wow,
that's pretty gay. A beagle named Daphne. That's and not in a bad way, but just like, wow, okay, cool, gotcha.
Yep.
Full gay. Full. That's pretty. More the power to him.
So when people sit there and they say she's so Christian, she thinks this way. No, I don't. No, really.
Yeah, not at all.
You're
obviously very open and accepting. So.
Yeah, actually, and I feel like I need to point it out. How often has Stuck at Night like just ranted and made fun of Biden and the entire family? Not just a few minutes ago, I was going on a diatribe at wanting to see Hunter Biden, prosecuted. So I see that there's not enough, and it's okay. Please freely express yourself, but I don't feel that we haven't done equal quid pro quo by far. If anything, this is like one of the first times we've ever speculated anything negative about Trump. So we've.
I wouldn't say the first. Say the first. We have said, you son of a bitch at times. Do I remember them? No, but I know it's not the first.
I do recall some of the things, as a matter of fact. Not that they're relevant now, but yeah, I just I want to point out, we've always taken pride at poking both sides, and we're just doing what we do, and we respect. Oh my goodness, the resilience of our audience that is able to just hear what has to be said, and you can disagree and represent your voice. And Forging is also booting up, and he'll be joining us soon. Very, very
hell yes
to have our Forging Thought debut, at least on the visual spectrum, because you two had a mighty bromance. I was seething with jealousy.
Yeah, that's your fault for not being on, Dick.
Hey, man.
I'm sorry. I'm cranky. It's such a long move.
You are cranky. Moving does that to you, though, Josh.
It does. I hate it. I can't wait for it to be. Okay, get this. Ready? Not only that, but on Thursday, I'm leaving to me and my dad are going up to upstate New York for a wedding for the weekend, to drive back down past Gainesville to go down to Fort Lauderdale on Monday or Tuesday to kind of tidy up the house and get the rest of the garbage, to then go back to Gainesville.
Wow. I am from Niagara Falls area.
Yeah, Niagara Falls. Slowly I turn. Yes, you get it.
And we are going down to Florida in September. We had a family tragedy down there 4 years ago.
Not awesome.
No, it's not. And
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah, and they're having another press conference, so we'll be down in the Clearwater area end of September.
I almost feel like asking, because you said press conference. I'm just trying to figure out what it could be. But if you're not comfortable saying it, you don't need to.
Everybody on the internet that knows me. My husband's elderly in-laws were murdered in Clearwater in September of 2018.
Oh wow!
Murdered, yeah, they haven't been caught yet. It's still at large. Yeah, if you look, if you Google elderly couple murder Clearwater, it'll pull up as Mina and David Swan. That's my in-laws.
Oh, I got you. What was it? Is it at their home? Were they out taking a?
No, at their
home.
So
someone just
came into their home.
Wow.
Came in their home and shot them. Yeah.
Was it a burglary, or was it seem to be kind of like just kind of one-off random shit?
No, they believe they were targeted.
What?
Okay, so while a couple murdered in Clearwater, what other words do I need to put for the search?
Just put elderly couple murdered in Clearwater, and it should bring up Mina, M-I-N-A, and David Swan, S-W-A-N.
Yeah, wow, that's at the top.
Let's not. I don't want to harp on it for.
No.
So I don't want to make it uncomfortable, but it is.
No,
it's not something you hear every day.
I've actually talked about some true crime shows that I've been on with them. We're trying. There's still a reward out there. We're still trying to get close.
Has there been any leads? Anything that's
There is. There's a couple. It's coming up on 4 years. We're hoping we have a pleasant surprise waiting for us.
Right.
The problem with it is you can only send so much evidence to the FBI crime lab at one time. Apparently, they have to send it in like batches. I don't know. So
wow.
Yeah.
They were both in their 80s.
80 and 88 years old.
Monster. What?
They were both very, very agile. Mom and dad just got back from Iceland. They were planning a trip I think they were going to Spain or something like that. Dad was an author, and they both hiked the entire Appalachian Trail.
Wow.
He wrote a couple books about it. Yeah.
Oh,
really?
It's confirmed.
He wrote some books.
They were targeted.
Yeah, targeted.
What was the?
We don't know.
No. I mean, the kind of books. What was the content primarily?
The one book was about him walking the Appalachian Trail, and the other one was, believe it or not, a murder mystery.
Huh.
Interesting.
No kidding.
No. And he did not write under his name. He had what are they called?
Like a pen name.
An alias. Yeah. An alias. Yeah.
Oh, come on, I want my fancy word used.
Well, an alias is that, but a pen name is what it's called in like books and writing. Yeah. Like you go by your pen name. An alias is just like what you tell the police. What you got any aliases? Yeah. They call me Tater Salad.
Dad was a CPA. I mean, and Mom was an art teacher for school. They weren't like CIA spies or anything. It's just, but yeah, we're going to be down there at the end of September.
Well, I hope you get some great news, and I hope you get to celebrate some good times at the very least.
Yeah, on behalf of the Stuck in the Middle family, from every facet, our condolences, and we truly hope that justice is reached, which is a very fleeting thing for many of us in this world. But
well, we have very good detectives down in the Clearwater Police Department, and we work closely with them, and they give us monthly updates, and so.
See, it's so polar opposites, because here you are. I'm not saying by any stretch. It's just for the comparison. Not just justice hasn't prevailed for your case yet. And then on my side of things, I had an incident with my uncle where justice went too far, and he was put in jail for a crime he did not commit. It was based on poor evidence at the time, and he eventually was able to get out like almost 20 years later. But he had to, all the other appeals have failed, and if he were to lose his last appeal, I think he would lose parole. So instead of risking it, he just said, fuck it. And to go on parole, you have to, essentially admit your guilt. And that's what he had to do, even though, we all know, and most people who follow that knew it wasn't the
That's
case.
horrible.
It was a murder. It was murder. So
see, and that's what we're hoping, that we want to make sure that all the dots of the I's.
he
are
wasn't
dotted,
in Florida.
the
I
T's are
promise
crossed.
you. This was in 2003. Okay. Good.
We
I'm
just
glad we
wanna
can
make-
laugh at that.
We want to make sure that when the person or persons is brought to justice, that we have a case that's solid, that sticks, because unfortunately, it's been 4 years. I'm not saying that we're past it or over it or anything by the stretch of the imagination. My husband's the shell of the man that he used to be, but I know that when it's solved, we all have to go through it again.
Yeah.
And relive it again. And so
Shamrock has just joined us. And by the way, regarding Josh, I was surprised you revealed that much. I wanted to point out then, since you felt safe to say that the man that had to admit guilt, that means that the victims of the family of the victim have to
got
believe
false closure. Yeah. Well, that's another thing. Them thinking they get some type of closure when it's like, how do you tell them no? You don't. This is just justice trying to find its
equilibrium.
Yeah, it's trying to, just for the sake of justice, it's doing justice, not for actual justice. Just for the sake of following a program. I don't know how to put it, but
our justice system is so broken sometimes.
It truly is, and that's one of the most reigning examples that I'll never forget when this story started to develop. What's up, Ronnie? Welcome, brother. Feel free to join.
It's not just, but I do say tis tis tis.
Josh, let me ask you on behalf of Forging real quick. There's no downloading of Restream. You just click that link and you're in, right?
Yeah, I just had to click it.
Yeah, as far as I know, just the most recent link you posted in the YouTube chat, you click that. It's going to ask you, depending on what device you're on, what you're using. I believe you just put your name in and hit join.
I put my name in, I put my icon up, and I had to approve my microphone and my camera, and I was in.
Yep. That's it. Simple as that. Simple as a 1-2. One and done.
That's all there is to it. So, Forging, feel free to let me know. I'm watching the chat, text, whatever you want to do. And Ronnie, I know you're a man that's comfortable jumping on. This is a party. By all means. Let me take a look at the little notes I did, because there was okay. All right, so let's see. There was something. I was watching a debate today with Tulsi Gabbard, Tim Pool, and a whole bunch of people, and they were talking about journalism. And Tulsi said something that stuck with me, and I just want to see your responses. The media are actually quite transparent if you ask the right questions about how they literally get to pick and choose what is news, and it's not what the truth is, but what they'll share. Remember, I'll talk about the great Bernie blackout. You know what they did to Tulsi Gabbard is, when it was a big deal that all the women were running for presidency, they would go ahead and not mention that Tulsi was there at a debate or at a conference or something. And when her team reached out to the Associated Press or whatever mainstream outlet it was at the time, why didn't you mention she was there? And they literally said, we're not beholden to cover. We pick and choose what we cover. We're not covering Tulsi Gabbard. So by simply choosing not to report that, it appears to the public and the audience that Tulsi wasn't there. And of course, that would impact her poll numbers. So that just left a poor taste in my mouth. The media can speculate, that they have zero intention to cover specific elements of any story, which could absolutely change any narrative. And the fact that that's what journalism is now these days makes me sick to my stomach.
It's an endless cycle. It feels very endless of talking about the media bias, because we're probably not the first round of people. We won't be the last. And yet there's a whole other side who is complicit in that bias that they don't care. They look at you and they say, well, here's my facts, or they'll kind of rebut in a way where it doesn't leave, it just gets circular, and it's just like, at what point, like, what the hell do we do about it? You almost feel overwhelmed. Like, yeah, media gonna media.
That's literally the point that we've gotten to, that we title things
We
like
will
that.
We will
Say again,
never
Lori?
get through journalism as long as we've got the Smith-Mundt Act over our heads.
What is this?
Smith-Mundt Act is an act that was enacted that basically gives mainstream media permission to lie to the public.
They got carte blanche on what they. That's why Don Lemon, he wasn't kidding. He wasn't just being a narcissist by saying it's not news until we tell it to you. That's literally the reality that we're all in.
And you know that when you look at the bottom, like the copyright through the like ABC, NBC, CBS, CNN, it's all at the bottom. It says for what does it say? For entertainment purposes.
Yeah.
I
don't know why this reminds me, just kind of like reading the fine print. Josh, did you, by now I'm certain you have, because it's Joe Rogan, and Lori, I'd be interested in your feedback. Joe
What
Rogan,
does that mean?
What
does that mean? Do I look? Well, it's Joe Josh. I'm sure you're a Joe Rogan.
You watch Joe Rogan, right?
Do I?
Yes.
You just assume that?
No, because I know you do.
I do.
Yeah, well, so
I'm just saying, I don't like that.
all right. Look. All right. So Rogan said something that, like, it's a damn shame that he has to say it when it's always been the truth, and now we're taking it seriously, but not much has changed. TikTok, which Trump did warn us about, in their terms of service, you are signing away every file that's on your phone. You are used as data that will be bought and sold, and you're agreeing to be located. They can track you down anywhere you are, all just so you can have the freedom to make stupid little silly videos. I get, like, our population, people love TikTok. It's fast, easy, simple.
I'm so addicted to it.
See?
Well, something's going to happen to TikTok. That's why you see Facebook and Instagram and even YouTube kind of getting in that quick little short reels thing. Like, I think TikTok's going away in the future.
I'm sad to admit this, but people that want their platforms and or shows to do well start considering things. Dude, there's people that have taken the TikTok.
Hey,
they got some fresh breath. Yeah, I know. I apologize. No, they took the TikTok method, and now they're uploading 10-second videos on YouTube, and by God, they're getting thousands of views.
Yep.
Yeah. TikTok inflates those numbers too, though.
Oh, for sure. Oh, yeah, without a doubt. But look at us silly fools trying to actually inform people and do
how much
something.
Information can you really give on a 10-second video?
You can't, but I think that's the whole point, is to reel them in to see what more you could give them. You can't give much. It's really purely entertainment, and it's upon you to, go further to maybe get informed. But Eli, you say you're here to inform. I say I'm here to entertain. Maybe that's why we balance each other.
I can do 3-minute videos on TikTok, and I have over 1,000 followers, so I can go live on it too, but I never have.
Brag much?
Much. Ooh. No.
Yeah. Lori's big TikTok
took me over
muscles.
a year to get it. No.
That's awesome. That's
I feel
awesome.
the clout just being near you.
And by the way, Eli's on TikTok too.
Yeah.
Ooh, TikTok too? I like that game. Oh, that's tic-tac-toe. My bad.
Yeah, no. I am on TikTok Part 2, which is the TikTok I have made and I am profiteering off of. I track all of the data of people that follow and watch my videos. I watch you while you sleep. Just like the time I hallucinated Josh having all of YouTube watch me.
Yeah, no, that was awesome.
That was terrible.
I remember that dream.
That was
vivid fever dream Eli had because you smoked the wrong stuff.
We're just gonna call it homeless people's tobacco. That's what I get.
And that's offensive to tobacco, because the stuff you smoked was just like, why would you do that? Why would you even? And you smoked something that was already put in some guy's mouth. You didn't even smoke the clippings. You just smoked the. I mean, come on, man. All bad decisions.
I
Sorry.
I wish I could like just. Oh wait, I heard the noise. Oh, Shamrock, you did this once before, darling. Do you want to speak and join the fray? I truly would love it if you
She's
could.
probably just getting it figured out, you know.
Yeah, she jumped in and out quite a few times on that other channel that nobody watches, Progressive
I was
Patriot.
I always said Shamrock, Shamrock, and it's Shamrock, Shanrock. I always get fooled by that N. It's not Shamrock, Shamrock. It's Shamrock, Shanrock.
Say that 3 times fast.
Shamrock, Shanrock, Shamrock, Shanrock, Shamrock, Shanrock.
Now you're
Shut
just
up,
showing
man.
off.
Come on. Always
What's up,
one up
man?
me, bro.
What's up, dude? I've been practicing rubber baby buggy bumpers all day long, dude.
Now you're just showing off.
Don't you say that again.
Sorry,
Okay.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. I'm
I
looking-
can't say the Sally one for the life of me. Sally sells
There
crack
sells-
down by the meth shore. I forget how it goes.
That's messed up.
Yeah. Oh, hell yeah. I did not see that coming.
That's messed
No.
up.
Hey, you two, hit it off real quick while I call forging, because I was really looking forward to this.
What's going on with this Shamrock Shanrock person, Lori?
I have no
Hello?
idea.
I feel like, do you think it's a stretch if I say her name could be Shannon because of the Shanrock?
I'm gonna say it probably is Shannon.
That's a good guess, right? That's a solid guess.
Yeah, I'd say it's a good solid guess. I think I would put money on that.
How many times have you moved, Lori? You moved a lot in the old lifetime.
I have. I've moved from New York to Phoenix, Phoenix back to New York.
Okay.
Where was your longest residence at? New York or Phoenix?
New York. I lived there until I was 30, and then I moved from there to Phoenix. Lived out there twice, back to New York, and now I'm in Chicago. So
Nice.
yeah.
When you were moving to Phoenix, you were like, Phoenix.
I love Phoenix.
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah. Yeah, no, I went to Tempe. I was in Tempe before.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Tempe with a nosebleed because it was so damn dry.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Sorry.
Sorry for using his name in vain.
Okay, so what about that bill that the DNC passed? Yeah, no. Listen, the DNC did literally they passed that bill expanding the IRS. What else did they fit in there?
They're giving
Yeah.
the IRS guns now?
Wait, what?
Yeah, the Inflammatory Act. Jesus
They're
Christ.
arming IRS agents for some godly reason.
87,000 new
Yeah.
agents and $700 million in ammo for whatever reason.
Yeah.
And an upgrade to their IRS agent vehicles, I guess,
Again,
too.
make it make sense to me.
Yeah.
Militarizing the IRS? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, basically militarizing the IRS. Yeah.
That's the
And-
most horrifying thing I've ever heard.
And as much as I know about it, which is dog shit, the taxes are going to affect middle class, like anybody making $200,000 or less, because it's hard as fuck to tax the rich because they zig and zag and they jive and jag all over the place to avoid, so you can never really tax them. So when you need money, you tax the middle class, and that's, it's really going to affect the middle class.
No.
Just how they said, oh, Trump's tax breaks. It hurt the middle class when it didn't. They're doing the opposite right now and saying this inflation bill, it doesn't hurt the middle class when in fact it does. So
Yeah.
See, this really hurts my heart because if anything,
and the pocketbook.
Well, I think the middle class or the working class has always been the backbone of America, and I don't understand why they want to punish them. Like the people, we are struggling as it is. I don't know what class I would be considered in anymore. I'm just thankful for what I have, and that's it.
Lower class. You're lower class, Eli, just by looking at you.
Oh yeah, no, I accept that entirely. I don't know.
I'm in
man.
the
I got
white
pretty
trash
good
section.
stocks.
Just so you
Hell
know.
yes. That's what's
But
up. Where am
just-
I at? Shit
You-
class?
Bro. That's what I got for you, okay?
That's not even a word. I don't even like that. That's not even a word.
That's right.
I'm
That's
not
how
Well, I
even
you
would
deserve
say, as a business owner, this is going to hurt.
Mm,
Whatever
yeah,
they're
yep.
whatever they're doing, it's going to hurt.
Yeah,
It's
that's exactly too. It's going to affect small business more than it's going to affect in Amazon and at Walmart when they got
Right.
fucking
Right.
they got all the business during the pandemic.
And
yes,
what's sad about it
precisely.
is we own a trucking company. We're the ones that keep the stuff on your shelves. We're the ones that fill your refrigerators at Walmart and so
Oh yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
This
Check
sounds
out
like
Sage News. I don't know if you're familiar with Sage News Network, but he does really cool stuff with literally trucking and logistics. Laura, I think you'd really get a lot from him.
Oh,
You know, and
send me
I
the
think
link.
yeah,
Send me the
you
link.
two
yes,
you
will
could
do.
collaborate and make some magic.
Yeah,
Sage
I
is
mean,
me
if
going out-
up.
I will
Oh,
right
wait,
now.
Hey,
Lori,
look,
you
I'll pimp my husband out to any broker. I don't care. I'm not picky.
Lori, you met Sage.
Oh yeah, you guys were on
Oh,
his That's Sage, yeah.
oh no.
No, hey, no,
Oh,
Sage is fine with you.
Yeah, everybody's fine with you. It's
Yeah,
just
Lori, yeah, you have nothing to worry about.
yeah,
okay.
dude.
And
Everybody.
I don't think he knew you did dealings with trucks whatsoever. So he would really appreciate that.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So I'm good
I'm gonna
with
send
those
you the link.
guys. All right. Cool.
Yes.
Oh,
I like the way Steve put it. You mean the Middle Class Pulverization Act? It seems,
yeah.
especially after I don't know if we can even say after the vid, but the largest transfer of wealth that took place, and all of we pretty
Yes.
much took away the citizens' ability to maintain their own independence in terms of financially or just professionally, and there's just so few left. It's like this bill is almost, I'm being a little hyperbolic, the last thing to just smack what's left of what was able to survive, just to make it harder. I really don't understand it. And while I'm
Well,
a
I think it's
progressive,
because they want to bring in the universal basic income to people. They want to look at the what's his name, the WEF, Schwab says that by the time they're done, you will have nothing and you
And
will
be
like
happy. Own nothing and be happy.
Yeah.
I was avoiding talking about this, but it just came to mind. Have you guys also been noticing the NPR and CNN, some of the more mainstream outlets and celebrities, all of a sudden it's all the rage to talk about how healthy bugs are?
Oh dear God.
Yeah, that's
Look,
been going on.
rats may taste like pumpkin, but I will never know. Okay.
You ever had a good rat pie? I have. Delicious.
I'm telling you.
Delicious.
No. But again, they could be putting it in our food right now and we won't even know it.
Yeah, based
What
on
scares me is the beef right now. The beef and all this shit that we get, from overseas.
Did you see
That's kind of.
the meat that they're cloning from the celebrity meat? Did you see
Oh
that?
yeah, yeah.
I'm sorry, but I really do not want Ellen DeGeneres salami. Okay.
Oh God, whoa. That's the most dirty
I got-
thing I've ever heard. What?
It's okay. I got myself a cut of Matthew Broderick in the refrigerator right now, so he's just that meat's chilling on ice.
Matthew Broderick rump roast in the fridge.
God.
Yeah,
Poor
yeah.
Eli.
I'm just thinking of like terrible nicknames for these things, like, "Hey, get your Ellen DeGeneres flaps here."
Yeah,
It
yeah.
doesn't sound. Yeah. Now,
Yeah.
Okay, now that you put it like that.
yeah, and I'm glad to see puke reactions in the chat. Y'all feel me right now.
Oh yeah. No, we're headed down Soylent Green, guys. Soylent Green it's real.
And how else can you explain the sudden rush of this kind of information being painted like, oh, this is such a great thing to get behind, bugs and protein, and it can replace beef? Why are they trying to plant that in our brains collectively right now? And this is where I'll wear the tinfoil hat and be like, what's being planned? Like, what's the dilly? You keep hearing about shortages, and I don't know how many factory fires or whatever is going on in the backdrop anymore. I've not been able to keep up with all of the freaking nonsense happening, but I can't make sense of this becoming a mainstream topic. Yeah, bugs. They're better than beef. It's better than cows.
Bugs, it's what's for dinner.
Mm.
Yeah, no, count me the fuck out.
So
of
I'm
that.
going to send you another thing over on Facebook. And this is a map of the world. And it shows every grocery store, what do I say, farm where they've euthanized the animals on the farms, all of the fires that we've had. I'm trying to see right here. We've got euthanized 315,400 chickens on 3/18/22. Here's one they've got euthanized 243,900 chickens on 3/8. Here's one they euthanized. Where's another one? 79,000 laying hens. And then you've got all the grocery stores, the distribution centers, all these places that have started on fire, over 200 of them since the beginning of the year. Tell me they're not manufacturing some sort of food crisis.
I mean, that's yeah. Like, I can't look at what we know to be fact and like you said earlier, sweep it under the rug. I
Mm-mm.
do. What's up, Josh? Are you attempting to speak in your, or are you whispering sweet nothings in my ear? Oh, you're gone again? Yeah, it's just Eli and Lori time. It's the Eli and Lori show. It's
Bum,
called
bum, 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 bum.
Progressive Global News. Oh, that doesn't work for you at
Global
all.
progressive news.
Well,
Progressive, yeah.
I
PG
like
News.
yeah, there you go. I like the acronym. So at
PG
the
News.
moment, what am I looking for? Right. Okay. Let's see. I'm just pulling like random topics. I'm hoping Forging is able to figure out whatever happened with the link there. But
So why don't
oh
you
no,
use StreamYard?
okay. So I'm inept, but aside from that, I did I called a couple of people that do this, and I was told once I download it, which I did, I have to wait 24 hours, which is done. And I don't know if that was true or not, but I just haven't used it and put it to the test. So
Okay.
this just appears to be the simplest, most available thing. Did you just send me a message or what the hell? No, this
I
is a
did, but a couple minutes ago, I think.
no. This is a lovely lady from my job that wants to
Oh.
see me on the YouTubes, and I cannot deny her. No, but I
Yes,
know she.
Shamrock, zero baby formula, exactly. And how crazy is it that we can't say his name? Gil Bates is buying
Oh,
up. See what I did there?
uh-huh.
Is buying up not only farmland, but now he's doing something with the baby formula. You know, come on, nothing's a coincidence in this world anymore.
Wasn't it not that long ago that he was making the headlines for saying he was going to donate all of his wealth away? Like, that's really going to happen, like he's ever going to be poor. But like that was
Well, you know, his
dominating.
father was big in eugenics, and so is he and his wife. So I'm sure most of their fortune is going to go to trying to bring the carbon footprint of the planet down to zero.
See, yeah, that's another thing I cannot deny. Now, I've never been a fan of that guy, and I he creeps me out. And there's enough information that's
Yeah.
out there. If you just do the damn research, that's quite accessible. I don't know any other conclusion you can come to.
We literally have the Library of Alexandria in our hands. There's no reason for people not to research.
This is why I still have a sliver of I don't know if I want to call it optimism. Yeah, sure I will. I'm disenfranchised by our system and by how
Mhm.
things are right now, and I really hope we have something pleasant, something inspiring for our country coming up, because I just don't know how much longer
They want a civil war, Eli. That's what they're pushing for. That's what
yeah
I do believe. I do believe that's their ultimate goal.
the divide and conquer
Yeah. Mhm.
play, the
Mhm.
handbook that we've all been playing along with, and now we're at the fever pitch where what they want. I hope they don't get it, and I see the factioning. I see people reverting back to the echo chambers, going to the respective channels where they know they won't get, I don't know, banned or stricken. And I don't see that as being a positive. It's the opposite of what you and I do. While we disagree on many things, we are still able to break bread, speak peacefully, and discuss the things that we disagree on and still
Right.
learn from each other.
Yeah.
And that is the biggest thing that our population, the American citizen, is giving up just for the sake of comfort, confirmation bias, echo chambers. They want to hear, they don't want to be challenged. Too many
No.
Americans don't want to be challenged. They just want to think they're right. And that
Exactly.
is a direct ingredient and symptom of the divide, and social media has played a big part in the divide. And my heart is fucking broken. Oh, Ronnie says,
You read a lot. Have you ever read The Art of War?
I'm ashamed to say no, which I need
Well,
to.
The Art of War, if you guys don't know, it was written by Sun Tzu, I think you pronounce it,
Sun Tzu,
TZU.
correct. Sun Tzu.
It was written somewhere between 475 and 221 BC. They're not really sure. But in The Art of War, there's rules for war, and he laid them out. Rules of war. And I'm going to throw these out there, and you guys decide if that's something that's happening right now. Cut off supply chains, hit fuel lines, destroy wealth, disarm citizens, affect transportation, silence important communications, create disease, cause strife and divisions, insert lies, confusion, and propaganda, and make yourself look like a savior.
You just described, everything. I was going to say 2022, but this has been going on far longer than that. But
yeah,
to a T, it's what's happening. And I know I'm not the only one. I know you sharing this frustration. Many of the people that are in the chat share that, like, while it's so plain as day, how does it still continue to work? And that's
because you don't have to fool all of the people all the time. You just got to fool some of the people some of the time.
Yeah, sadly, that seems
and the ones
to
that
be
don't get, and the ones that aren't fooled, or I'm sorry, the ones that are fooled, like you and I aren't. We're hip on that. But you got the people that are fooled. To them, we look like the crazy people.
It never, well, hence you can go back to why the term conspiracy theorist was coined and look
Right.
at who coined it, and it was simply so that any dissenting voice from the status quo
Kennedy.
would be easily dismissed and ostracized as being the crazy.
We are literally the people calling out the emperor that has no clothes.
Yeah, that's sadly that's what we fit right under. I just know there's more of us, and I know people that have watched, Stuck in the Middle's journey. I just don't understand how we can't amplify our voice. But you're right. Some of the people, some of the time, just seems to be enough while maintaining the mainstream control.
Oops.
Oh, that's okay. I thought that was.
Sorry. No, it's me. I'm going to mute out I need to wake up my husband.
Okay, no worries. Go for it. In the meantime, your stream is having connection issues. Well, damn it, guys. I will admit, I was hoping a few more people were gonna jump in. I don't know with respect. Oh, what's IDK? Oh, IDK show lost the. Damn it, Josh lost the Cox. Josh is doing so great with the Cox.
Sorry
You're
about
back.
that. Yeah, I had to wait. My husband he was sleeping and he's in Detroit. So
that man works. You guys work your ass off while maintaining this show. You have my utmost respect in everything you do, and I do jump in your show here and there. Sometimes I don't always feel that something I'd want to say would be welcomed, even though it wouldn't be negative. I just don't want to break the flow, but just know I'm a secret fan. Okay.
Big time first. It was a big time fan, first time caller. Long time fan, first time caller.
Do you have on your show? You don't have the call-ins, do you?
No, I used to, but now I just have StreamYard, so I usually just drop the link and bring people on.
Hey, Liberty is joining us. What's up, Spider-Man?
Spider-Man.
I think he might be my cousin.
Oh.
Word, bro. Well,
This-
welcome. Yes, it's all working. I'm so relieved to see you. How are you, brother?
Good to see you.
Fantastic. Yeah. All right, well, welcome to the fray. This is and foraging. I don't know if you're still in the background, waiting on you. Well, what's up, my man? Just joining the panel. You got any?
Yeah, just joining the panel. I'll try and add what I can. But yeah, we're having a good conversation. I don't want to stop in the middle of it.
Oh no, not at all. Please feel free. Utilize your voice, man. As I say time and time again, it's all about the people behind whatever's on the damn screen. So I'm grateful that you are utilizing your voice right now. Any thoughts on some of the things that we've been talking about?
I mean, we'll go back all the way to when I first sort of joined the stream and when I was hearing about Donald Trump. And I agree. I mean, there's a lot of things he didn't do that was real nice back in the day. And he was what was it? He was a Democrat back then. And I'm not, and you know what? I'm not saying, oh, the Democrats, they're the devil. No, it's hashtag uniparty. It is all the establishment that is really up there that is causing the problems, and we need to get clean out and get rid of. But I do believe like he, people can change. And I do believe that he did see a lot of the light and kind of he tried to change this country. But I'm also not he's the greatest in the world. I'm going to follow him to the ends of the earth type of guy. I think he did a lot of good. I liked his foreign policy. I mean, and he really opened
tried,
up
but
our
he got
eyes.
pushed back every step. He would take 3 steps forward, 7 steps back because he just got pelted. Nobody. The reason why
everybody
I
was
voted
against
for
him.
Right. The
Yeah.
reason why I voted for him is because I know the United States is a corporation. And what better person to run a corporation than a businessman rather than a politician?
Somebody said this was a little choppy. Was this a little choppy?
It is, but it's not unmanageable like I've had in the past. So you are coherent. Trump is the guy that I was indoctrinated and totally groomed to hate because I started as a liberal. And if you go far back enough on my own personal channel, you'll see me covering his rallies and saying this is what hate looks like. And then I evolved into being like, I cannot dispute the progress the man has done. I even had my 5 talking points of what he accomplished, and the effort speaks for itself. The success of what he was able to accomplish, and that's all.
You
He
can
did
only
help
do so
evolve me.
much. If you give somebody toothpicks and super glue, you can't expect the Taj Mahal out of it. You can only do so much with the things that he has, and if he's going to get pushed back, if he's going to have these people constantly, I mean, from day one, they tried to impeach him. He's got that looming over his head, it's just he was up against a lot of things.
Is there I've been citing this for quite some time, and I think the two of you are the perfect people to ask how much truth there is to this, because I need to know if my first talking point holds water here. Is it or is it not true? Because I remember I was in the hurricane shutter business, so I was dealing with aluminum. I remember the tariffs that he imposed, and they were necessary. We were about to see the results in a positive, like we were holding out. And then he finally got China to agree to not make Chinese knockoffs, and we were going to retain our patents. Therefore, manufacturing was going to improve in our country, much needed. Then, like not even a month later, the big vid occurs. Is this a true statement?
Well, I'll say this first off. I mean, China as a country, not the people. China as a country's word is about as good as what I leave in the toilet. There isn't really too much you could take them for at word of mouth, but I do think that he had them grabbed a little bit by the to
The
play
choppy
ball,
is getting a little
basically.
worse, Liberty. I just wanted to let you know. That was a whole sentence that got cut out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
it's telling me this.
So yes, he was going to bat with China, which I gotta say I'm proud. And it seems like the moment he was about to we were all going to feel the benefit of holding out during that fight. Then all of a sudden, the worst thing possible could have happened, and that deal was null and void. So, have I been speaking the truth, or have I been talking out of my ass?
No, I mean he definitely. We were going to reap the benefits of it. Look at how many jobs he brought back to the United States that had left, to be outsourced in places like China. He was bringing those jobs back. He was trying to get our economy stabilized. And again, he got chopped off at the knees.
Can I ask you, Liberty? Do you have any insight and or opinion regarding the raid on Trump's home? And I do believe V mentioned that nothing of substance was found. Is it over? I haven't been able to follow. I've been so busy.
So what I've heard so far is there was a raid, then there was the grab of the Republican in Pennsylvania cell phone today, and then what we've also learned from them is that this judge that signed the order was very well linked to Epstein. In fact, he was one of the people that helped protect Epstein in the trials back when they were trying to get him before, not the second time he got arrested.
Yeah, he actually he actually went on the record and said that he thought that Epstein was an upstanding man.
Yeah, I mean it's pretty disgusting how these people just protect each other, and and that's where I had drawn the line. When you deal with kids, I mean, I'm gonna pull out all stuff to get you, and this is what the problem is. It's like you're saying, how these people are human trafficking for these. I don't know how I gotta watch the words for you, but the oranges that they hold. If you get my lingo there, they have the oranges.
Yes.
Oranges that they human traffic people in, and I'm sure a lot of those people are underage. And I mean, it is truly a justice system, and this change, and it can't go on like this. Yeah, and as you were saying, that we're getting close to. I mean, they want a civil war, and the problem is that we're getting very close to a civil war because the tensions keep rising, and I don't see things calming down because sides have been divided far that I don't get healing within the country without conflict. Not that
they don't give us time to heal. They just keep throwing one thing right after another at us. And just when we think that, maybe things can start to heal between the left and the right, and you got the FBI going in there and throwing up, oh, we're going to go in there, we're going to raid him, we're going to find things that he stole and blah, blah, blah. And that's not even happening.
Hold on, brief test. Forging Thought was finally able to join us. Let me see if you're able to. There you go. Forging, I hear you. Speak again. I heard you. Hello?
Let's see here.
Yeah, you're on. Can you hear me?
Yeah, it kind of sounds like there's an echo.
Oh, well.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
I can hear you perfectly and crisp and clear, man. Welcome to the panel. Everybody, this is somebody that I've been dragging around saying you're gonna come on the show, and then I've always my apologies, but finally I'm very proud to have Forging on the panel. He was one of our last phone calls on one of our last episodes in studio. Welcome, my brother, to the conversation. You still with us?
Yeah, I'm still here. Sorry, I'm getting a hell of an echo.
Oh, all right. Yeah, there's no visual, but your voice comes in loud and clear.
Go down to the bottom where it's got that little wheel and click on it, and then click on audio and make sure that your echo cancellation and your noise suppression is on.
Yeah.
And welcome to TZ. And I saw some other lovely people that inspire me to keep on doing this.
Here, I'm going to mute myself while I do that.
Feel free. And I'm sorry, Liberty, if you were mid-sentence, I apologize. Oh, and
I don't think I was.
To your point, what we were talking about, the thing that I wasn't quite able to get to regarding the man that was whistleblowing from the hotel management of luxury hotels. The whole point of the article and the video was to illustrate how disconnected and disgusting these extremely mega rich people are.
Yeah.
And it's because they're just so bored with all this money that human trafficking is a huge element of what these sick fucks do. And I don't.
Well, you've got trillions of dollars and you've bought yourself everything and you've done everything imaginable under the sun. You know, you come to that point where you're looking for something that turns you on because nothing else does. You've lived it. You've learned, you've gone through it.
The name escapes me, but didn't somebody come out this in Washington D.C. earlier this year as well? About how in Washington now they have all these big oranges in Washington D.C. and I mean they're like a part of them and stuff too. But they came out and said something. I can't quite remember the name, but this was. I don't know if he was a politician or a staffer or something along those lines.
Is he still alive?
I believe he is.
Okay.
But
that's usually the
story
litmus
from
test.
earlier.
If they say something and they're gone a month later, usually can say that they were right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, nobody's got a trail like the Rod man. That's all I'll call her. Surprisingly enough, and I know this is what makes me the least popular, but I'm over explaining myself. When I was fighting for Bernie Sanders in the primaries, I got wise to how dirty the HRC was, is, and always has been. And going as far back to when she was an attorney, there's audio of her defending a man that committed sexual assault against a minor, and she's joking about it. And that audio was available on YouTube back then. I wonder if it is now.
Doubtful.
Why is this always a consistent behavioral trait with all of these higher ups, kids and something just wrong with their treatment? Like, I don't know how else to say it.
Well, part of it, I think, is they all get it so they have dirt on each other so that they know that you're part of the club. And if you step out of line, they'll reveal the information. They'll take you down. And if you try and say something against them, they'll make you seem like a crazy person.
100%.
They'll just make you run your name to dirt so bad that you don't, whatever you say doesn't matter. Because none of the media is going to cover it. Nobody's going to bring it out like that. And so that's how they keep win the club.
It is. It's absolutely right.
Here, I know it's not quite so. I mean, well, there is truth to some things, regardless of my stance on the truth of them. But like Indy says, which I don't know if I should read it out loud, but let's just say part of the ball worship. I do not deny. I can't deny what I do entertain or even believe to be the truth. There are people.
When you look at the numbers of small people disappearing every year, and you look at the amount of alerts put out for these people. And have you ever watched 411?
No.
There's a documentary called 411, and it talks about all the people that disappear in the United States every year, like hundreds of thousands of people with no police report, no people following up on them, nothing.
Yeah, this is something I've actually recently been engaging in, and I'm trying to do what I call my due diligence.
Yeah.
That aside, though, like I get to in my magical dildo shop job, I have a lotto terminal in front of me, throughout the day, and it's incredible how many missing children just happen like nonstop. That thing continually updates. Like, what is going on? I understand in the state of Florida, kids will go missing, but I mean it's ridiculous.
Why are there never anything on the news? Why is there no Amber Alerts? Do you ever walk into a Walmart and look at their wall with all? And it's not just one Walmart. We're talking about thousands of Walmarts across the nation that have these pictures of local children or local people, not even just people.
It just
And it's called Missing 411. That's the name of the
Missing
documentary.
411.
Yeah.
I'm gonna write that down. Forging, I can tell whatever this means that you maybe have a very bad connection because you got like one bar out of the four. Liberty's got 3, Lori's got 4, and then I got all of them because I rock. But yeah, just letting you know. Sorry, I'm gonna write that down.
Well, you're writing that down.
You can get it on Face or on YouTube for it's free with ads, but you can get it. You might be able to find it.
I got. Sorry, Lori. It was Madison Cawthorn that said that.
Okay.
Said DC is an orange-filled, cacophony-filled house of cards.
Yeah.
Cawthorn. Yeah, I'm trying to work on a project, and I don't know in which direction it's going to take me, but I want to do my own research as best as I can. I used to do like Eli's exposés on Stuck in the Middle, and I'm very proud that I helped expose a couple of people, one of which is gone for being a Play-Doh sick fuck, and
Good.
he is in prison for the rest
Good.
of his life.
Good.
But
That's awesome.
The documents that were shared with me by people in the neighborhood and with the families of the victims, like I wish I didn't see the reports. Like, that's how bad this shit was. And to think that this, what's his name? I still have Patrick Parodi. That's his fucking name, and he's rotting in prison. He would be in a circle of my friends drinking with us at our bar. He wasn't our friend, but he just knowing us that close, that son of a bitch. Forging, you seem to be better now, by the way. But yeah, the project I'm doing is essentially I need to try to wrap my head around what is going on with our children in a way that I can understand it, and just how I do my thinking out loud.
Here's something as a starting point for that. So do you remember when the big Haiti earthquake happened? Not this last one, but there was one before that. And the Clinton Foundation sent people down there, and there was a woman who was caught trying to smuggle Haiti over to the Dominican Republic, and she was arrested. Clinton attorneys got her out. She changed her name. Her name is now Laura Silsby, and guess what she's in charge of? The National Amber Alert System. So you know what? I'm going to send you also a video, Eli. It's called hold on a second. Actually, somebody just sent it back to me today. It's over on, I believe, Rumble. Let me see. Rumble, is it? It's called These Little Ones. And no, it's not on. I'll have to find it. I believe it's over on, it's Stu Peters. Go over on Rumble and look up Stu Peters and type in These Little Ones. It talks about the CPF system, and it talks about the police and how they are involved in all of this. So there's 2 places for you to start with that, Eli. because that is a topic that it's a topic that I'm very passionate about.
I think all of us have. I mean, if you're human, there has to be some just bare bones, bare minimum like care for children. They're the most
Yeah.
vulnerable and innocent human beings we have on the planet. So yeah, I'd like to think that it's just a part of our basic human decency, our moral barometer. And yes, I'm very passionate about it. So much so that I want to understand it because I don't. And let me read.
As normal human beings, it's not part of our psyche to be able to grasp this. Stu Peters is a grifter. I don't like him, but unfortunately, that's where the documentary was put out on, and that's the only place I could find it. I don't think it's going to be carried over on YouTube. If it is, it'll be for a very short period of time. But as normal people, Eli, it's hard for us to put, and me as a parent, as a grandma, to put some sort of make some sort of sense of what they're doing. I personally believe that if you touch a child, you don't deserve to live.
I think it's quite that simple as well.
A dog goes after a child and we put him down.
Yeah. Look, I went as deep once. What's that disgusting organization that wants to pass as like being recognized as right. So I found one of their forums and I couldn't handle it, and they all like jumped on me for being judgmental or whatever. But I wanted to understand the psychology and see how these individuals, that say that we don't act on it or whatever. This is a conversation that happened the last time Josh was on with forging, and it got really dark. I don't think I need to get back into that, but I tried to understand these people.
You can't.
I don't.
You can't. Unless, I mean, especially these sick-minded people who want to normalize it, and I think they're trying to normalize it for a reason. They're trying. I mean, if you look from the 1960s to now, if you look at the moral decay of society, of the family unit, of the nuclear family, and you see where we stood in the 1960s and we see where we stand now. Back in the 1960s, you didn't even have people that's, when on TV, they didn't even sleep in the same beds. You didn't have the language that you've got. You didn't have the sex scenes that you've got. You didn't have these people going into these schools or these libraries reading to our children. I'm going to tell you something. If I have to tell my teacher not to talk to my child about certain things,
sex, period.
Yeah. Okay. So if I have to tell my kid's teacher, I don't want you talking to my child about certain sexual acts. If I even have to say that to you, you are no longer a child. You are a predator.
You're no longer a teacher. You said you're no longer.
I'm sorry. You're no longer a teacher. You are a predator on that child. Thank you. Yes. I get so upset on this because it's like there's a war on for our children, not only their minds, but their bodies. And it's just horrible.
This is always dangerous territory for me when I talk about the left, because I'm still progressive on a few. Like, it's dwindling. I'm really struggling with being a progressive. I will not deny this, but there's a few elements that I acknowledge, and it always gets me flack. I do say that, and I'm not conflating the entire alphabet community, which is disrespectful to say, or the LGBTQ community, but there is a faction that is even psychologists trying to normalize and then loop them in there.
Yes.
And that is just it's uncomfortable. It's very disconcerting, to say the least.
Yeah.
But this is something that we could talk about how disturbing it is. Oh, thank you for sending whatever you just sent, by the way.
Yeah, that's a pretty good link. Thank you.
Yeah, that's my diatribe. I don't know quite where to end this. I don't know. I want to say thank you guys. You guys can definitely keep on having a conversation if you're willing, but I didn't know how long this was going to go. Thank you for being a part of like this experiment panel channel thing. Do you guys think I should keep giving it a shot? Maybe get better at.
It's a lot easier to do a panel because you can put so much more information than it is just keep doing it. You'll find your niche.
I gotta master StreamYards, and I gotta be able to share the content like that video. By the way, Liberty, you're not muted, but I haven't heard a single thing from you. So this has happened to Josh. That's why he left. And forging. So yeah, nothing that you're saying audibly is coming through. I do see your connection is lessening as well. The
mic went out.
But yeah, so I guess I'll at least wrap it up with saying, thank you. You guys are pioneers and helping me just test this out, and I promise I will learn to perfect the craft. All it takes is everybody just showing up with the support. Lori, I got to speak to you very briefly backstage.
Sure.
And this is the Stuck at Night, stuck in the break. Sign off, sign out. I am gonna try to call my mother, see if she's awake in the hospital. But yeah, thank you, much love, and that's it. Till next time. Hopefully Thursday, we'll see what happens. But for now, celebrate your unifiers, identify the dividers, and don't be afraid to have a conversation. With that, good night to you all.
Night.
All right, Lori, I'll be messaging you very, very soon.
Okay.
Liberty,